هاي جايز، صح افطاركم. اصبر دقيقة. خلاص my mic is okay. المهم, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Not an SGW show. Today we have an amazing lady, an amazing, inspiring young lady. She's only 18, but she blows my mind. So, hello, Yasmine.
Hi, thank you so much. That was so sweet.
وش راكي؟ صح فطورك؟ How are you doing?
صح فطورك. I'm good. Dealing with quarantine, trying to stay as productive as possible, dealing with online classes. Usual stuff. How about you? How are you?
I'm good. And by the way, feel free to talk in any language you want, genre. Don't feel pressured.
I can use Arabic, معليش.
Yeah. So, ياسمين, احكي لنا شوية على روحك.
Okay, so my name is Yasmine. I'm 18. I'm a business student at the American University of Beirut. I got a scholarship to study there. I am an activist for the civic engagement field. I've had my fair share for volunteering, الأعمال التطوعية. I've been part of an exchange program in 2018, and I'm pretty interested in social entrepreneurship and anything that has to do with المجتمع المدني and helping people who are less fortunate than us.
And this is exactly why you're here today. You and I will be talking everything civic engagement, social entrepreneurship كما قلتي, and I would like you to start with the first exchange program that you had. I believe it was with the American Embassy, right?
Yes, so I was part of an exchange program called Algerian Youth Leadership Program في 2018. هذا it's a programme d'échange qui est offert par السفارة الأمريكية هنا في الجزائر. So واش درنا c'est que I went to the USA for a month. And I had the opportunity to نقرأ in university in Nevada, Reno. I was taught by professors for leadership, for journalism, content creation. Après we got to it was a mixture of education and tourism at the same time. So رحت قريت in Reno, Nevada. Après رحنا Lake Tahoe, which is close to California. عدينا quelques jours تما to enjoy Lake Tahoe. It's a really beautiful place, and at the same time كانوا يديروا لنا trainings على leadership, على public speaking. درنا our own TEDx زعما entre air quotations. Après رحنا to Washington DC, تلاقينا responsible تاع exchange programs هنا في الجزائر في US Department of State, and at the same time درنا شوية tourism. And I came back هنا للجزائر and I had a project to implement. It was related to the environment and climate change. So I organized some cleaning campaigns هنا where I live في جيجل. I did some awareness campaigns both in Algeria and Lebanon about climate change or about environment and how to preserve the environment and so on and so forth. It was a really interesting experience overall.
Oh, and this one happened كي كنتي deuxième année ولا في الباك? When was it?
2018. I think 2018 كنت حندخل deuxième année lycée. Yeah. So كنت كملت première année lycée وراح ندخل deuxième année lycée. So it's mostly for students between 15 and 17 years old. And I think I was 16. I was turning 17 فهذيك. I turned 17 for exchange program. So yeah.
And this is why you inspire me so much. Like, أنا by the age of 15 or 16 ما كنتش على بالي حتى وش هي civic engagement. You're like way ahead of your age, let's say that.
Thank you so much. بصح I feel like today's generation, surtout like people my age, they are more into هاد لي trucs, especially that genre, surtout بهاد المرحلة اللي أنا جوت فيها في الجزائر. I feel like more people should know على civic engagement والانخراط في المجتمع المدني for obvious reasons, obviously.
Yeah, that's why بغيت نبدأ الحلقة هذه with your experiences قبل ما نبدأ we break down how وش هي الطرق اللي تقدر تشارك بها في المجتمع المدني, because I think it's inspiring and at the same time people will like gain experience from you and it will make them listen to the rest of the episode. Honestly, it's a marketing strategy. I am coming for your business career, just saying.
I'm coming for your MBA certificate, just saying.
So what about the your school right now, the business school? It was a scholarship too. Yeah.
Yes, it was another scholarship tani. It's called Maybe Tomorrow's Leaders Scholarship. And kif it's supported by the US Embassy, the US Department of State. I think I'm a little bit too invested in the US Embassy in Algeria. So it's a Middle East partnership initiative هنايا في الجزائر. So I got a scholarship باش نقرا في American University of Beirut for 3 years to finish my bachelor's degree in business administration. I'm planning to double major in marketing and maybe BITS, business information and development systems. So yeah, it was a school. This scholarship is offered every year. Every year they do application process or selection. At the end, they choose around. Ça dépend كل عام شحال كيخيروا des fois between 4 and 8 I would say to study سواء في American University of Beirut ولا the Lebanese American University ولا in the American University of Cairo في القاهرة.
By the way, what's the difference between the American University of Beirut and the Lebanese American University?
First of all, the American University of Beirut is normally it's the best university in the Middle East. It's ranked number 1 in Lebanon. Both universities and a good educational both, all of them, like the 3 universities and them a good educational level. However, كي تهضر على reputation ولا على زعما academic program, mostly people would rather go for AUB because كما قلت لك it's well عندها reputation مليحة في Middle East. And the campus it's a really diverse campus. The campus is huge. ويجيوه بزاف international students. So being part of AUB, American University of Beirut, is a much more interesting experience كي تجي تهضر على diversity ولا cultural exchange وتاني على academic. However, universities كامل ملاحين to be honest. So I don't like to differentiate. بصح personally I'd prefer AUB over the two of them. And it depends. Some people prefer LAU, but yeah.
Yeah, I wish you luck with that. I know you will nail it. You are a very smart lady. So
Thank you
let's
so much.
You're welcome. Anyway, let's get started with لينا نص ساعة احنا نحكيو. We talk a lot, you and I. المهم, the first point اللي حابة نحكي فيها is volunteering, and volunteering can be both locally and abroad. Locally, you can do so many things. RIP English. Going from just like participating in your local جمعية which is run by خالتي علجية, or even organizing ولا starting your own association ولا organization, let's say that. So do you have any experience in local volunteering?
Yes, so first of all, déjà volunteering, it's like I just want to give them a definition to volunteering. C'est que كيعود فرد من المجتمع, he does an unpaid activity وتعطي الوقت تاعك باش تعاون an NGO, which is like a non-profit organization that you're not related to. In دوكا volunteering locally كاين بزاف people كاين هاد التابو اللي يقولوا باللي غير الناس اللي يسكنوا في ألجي they can volunteer, ولا volunteering كامل تاع الجزائر centered في ألجيز وحنا لي زوطخ ولاية ما عندنا والو. Okay, so I'm from جيجل and I have done volunteering, so let me tell you باللي صح سي فري كو في ألجيز كاين بزاف associations وكاين بزاف clubs و initiatives ولا NGOs اللي تقدر تفولنتير معهم. صح كونك انت من الولاية بخلاف العاصمة زعما ولا بخلاف وهران ولا هكذا the big villages doesn't mean that you cannot volunteer locally ولا participate ولا organize your own event. باسكو شاك ولاية تلقى فيها النمبر ما كانش الولاية ما فيهاش association, at least one association. دوكا الاسوسياسيون هذه تلقاها سواء في الدليل تاع الولاية تاعك سواء تسقسي and then you can contact هذيك الاسوسياسيون if it interests you وتقول لهم فوالا أنا حاب نخدم معاكم, حاب ندير دو بينيفولا, اسكو is there like a space for me, اسكو كاين a certain event ولا a certain thing نقدر نفولنتير فيه معاكم. If they say no, or pire des cas, if they say no, you can organize your own volunteering event. It's not that hard, honestly. You just تلم une équipe تاع people they are really ambitious who they know how to organize events. ومن بعد تلقاو a theme, genre what do you want to do في la société تاعك ولا what's something you want to change في الcommunity تاعك. ومن بعد you just في الجزائر it's a little bit too hard باش تجيب هادو لي permissions زعما بغينا كي كنت ندير cleaning campaigns before you clean a beach ولا before you clean a forest يقول لك لازم تجيب l'autorisation من عند department تاع حماية الغابات and stuff like that هنا بعضهم في جيجل, which I really find unnecessary because like أنا literally راح ندير لكم مزية, we're going to clean the beaches and we're going to clean the forests for you. So I would say pull some strings and try to talk to people اللي يخدموا في departments هادوما and with your team جيبوا permissions هادو, use social media to your benefit. Par exemple أنا باش meet the people, the volunteers, I opened a group on Facebook, so use social media to your benefit to advertise for your cause, to let people اللي كيسكنوا في المنطقة تاعكم باللي كاين هاد الانيشيتيف. ومن بعدها funding, it's easy funding, سواء ديروا self funding, which honestly not all people يقدروا self-fund their own events. You know, people اللي راح volunteer en même temps, chacun يجيب like say une petite somme de money and then you collect the money and then you make an event happen. Because if people do really want to participate في هذا الevent وعندهم صح spirit of volunteering, a little money wouldn't hurt anyone. surtout if you are a young person. أنا par exemple كي كنت ندير لي événements هذول I was like 16, 17, so I'm not working, ما عنديش a source of income. So yeah, so just letting people know باللي if you're not from Algiers doesn't mean باللي ما تقدرش volunteer ولا ما تقدرش تعاون في المجتمع المدني. You just have to have the will وتكون عندك a vision في راسك and you just go for it at this point. So good luck for anyone who wants to do something in their wilaya, and if you need help don't hesitate to ask me.
Yeah, and I want to stress the point you need to get so much paper, so much agreements from the government to actually get something done. And I find that very, very annoying. كما قلت زي unnecessary. Because personally, Anaya, if you've been following me for long enough, مش for long enough حتى recently, but you would know باللي I am all for limited government. I think باللي الحكومة ما عندهاش بلاصة في هذه الحوايج. Your job is to protect our rights and that's it. احنا خلينا نعيش حياتنا كما حابين. احنا خلينا we run things كما نشوفوا احنا fit كما يقولوا. And I honestly believe باللي all these regulations يزيدوا في الفساد. genre all these bureaucrats باش تجبد بورقة واحدة you have to pay رشوة, you have to get معرفة, you know. and خرج على الموضوع كالعادة. So let's just get back.
I have a question. واش تحبي البنان ولا تشينا في القفة اللي نجيبها لك للحبس؟
honestly I would love some chocolate. So خلينا من الهيلثي شبعنا بيه احنا برا الحبس. جيبوا لي كوكي chocolate ice cream حمل ديكم.
You heard her people. استخلوا يصلوا الحبس نديروا حملة تطوعية ولموا chocolates نروحوا نصدموا عليهم في الحراش.
أي خلاص نرجع volunteering. We cover honestly أنا this is the very same reason I didn't volunteer much locally. كل ما نجي نحب ندير حاجة يكسروا لي راسي بلي بابي، يكسروا لي راسي you know these kind of things. people لازم يحطوك في a box وين لازم تدير مش people I mean the government, the local authorities لازم تدير حوايج their way ولا ما تديرهمش. So I just قلت nah, this is not my thing. I will find another way to be engaged in society. هي النقطة اللي حبيت نحكي عليها. civic engagement مش شرط يكون غير volunteer. مثلا أنت ما تكونش someone who is into this kind of thing. You can do other things to engage in society. تلقى عقبة في طريقك مش معناتها you give up on the whole thing. And that takes us to volunteering abroad. Do you have any experience with that?
Well, volunteering abroad, Zama volunteering abroad, if I would consider Zama my volunteering in Lebanon as volunteering abroad, yes. So considering that I was studying في هذيك البلاد and I just volunteered, Zama I didn't have an experience that I applied to volunteer abroad وقبلوني. However, كنت في my exchange program also as part of my scholarship, I have a volunteering requirement that I have to finish every year. I have to finish 30 hours of volunteering. So you can say I volunteered abroad, but not exactly, but I did. And volunteering abroad هنايا if you want to apply for volunteering abroad هنايا في الجزائر, I think the most known organization for volunteering abroad هنا is ISEC. شكون ما يعرفش ISEC obviously. It's an organization, it's an international organization اللي يسهلوا people اللي يحبوا volunteer abroad ولا يروحوا يخدموا abroad ولا they work on projects ولا they have a talent, but we're just going to focus on volunteering. So ISEC offers you the opportunity باش تروح abroad to teach a language, say, or to teach a skill, or to عندهم section اسمها Global Volunteer. If you visit their website, you go abroad. Again, you volunteer for a specific amount of time. It's not. Sometimes it's fully funded. Sometimes it's not. Bon, bien sûr, the flight tickets and visa you have to pay for it. سينو بخلاف ISEC كاين بزاف websites on the internet that you can check باش تروح you volunteer abroad. كاين par exemple كاين par exemple gooverseas.com. I think that website is really useful for بزاف volunteering opportunities. كاين scholarships corner, كاين مرجع, كاين فرصة. You just go check them out. تكتب عمل تطوعي ويجيوك opportunities بزاف. سواء تروح to teach kids, سواء تروح to take care of orphans. For example, people اللي يخدموا في medical field ولا nurses, they can go to يكونوا في medical care. سورتو في أفريقيا هنايا kids ولا people اللي يسكنوا في القرى في South Africa اللي يسحقوا vaccines ولا يسحقوا medical care, people to look after them. سورتو with what they suffer from, hunger and all the diseases they suffer from malheureusement. كاين some volunteerings. تقدر تروح you rescue animals, you take care of animals abroad in shelters. هادو par exemple الحيوانات اللي مهددين بالانقراض, you go abroad and يديروا لك a training and you take care of them, you train them. كاين تاني you can volunteer, you can even volunteer to be part of the Olympics. على بالي كاين Olympics in China I think في Pekin in 2022, and I saw announced the other day they are looking for volunteers باش يروحوا تما باش to volunteer again. سواء تكون a specialist volunteer لكن عندك professional knowledge ولا skills, ولا تكون ولا for example medical student ولا for example non special volunteering. You can go to prepare the Olympics to work on international relations ولا to work on marketing ولا to work on logistics support ولا security ولا anything honestly related to it. I think they are recruiting 40,000 volunteers, I guess, or 60, I think 40,000. So came بزاف volunteering opportunities out there. Genre, don't limit yourself. You just go to Google, you type volunteering opportunities for Africans, or fully funded volunteering opportunities, and you check the websites, and you'll find so many volunteering opportunities online.
Yeah, and كما قلتي, don't limit yourself. You know, there is so much to do. You just have to do the research. I personally I was about to volunteer in a medical event or a conference in the States. It was in March. I was accepted. They even offered to help me with the visa. You're not going to be completely on your own. هذه من جهة. بصح the COVID-19 ruined it, and they went virtual. Oh my god, the same thing happened again when I was accepted for an event called AIDS 2020, which was supposed to be happening this July in Oakland. I actually won the scholarship for this, so I was not going to volunteer. It was going to be paid for me. And it also went virtual. So 2020 is cancelled. Travel in, volunteering. See you in 2021. Hopefully.
True. I was accepted for the conference. It's called the GYMUN. It was supposed to be in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. So it was like an international simulation conference. Bien sûr, we all know MUN, have a national concept to MUN and debates and delegates and this whole fuss. So I was accepted باش نروح. Same, it was in July, and again بعتوا لي email recently قالوا لي باللي it wasn't cancelled, however it was turned virtually. So yeah, I think 2020 honestly فسد لي حياتي. I'm not even gonna lie. I got a scholarship to study abroad. I was accepted in conferences and everything is gone. I'm literally قاعدة في شنبرتي in Gigel doing nothing with my life right now because of the COVID. What you gotta do?
Yeah, that's why I am so against this confinement bullshit. we can نقدروا نرجعوا نعيشوا حياتنا عادي وجست نحترموا التباعد الاجتماعي وش كوبي. We don't have to stay at home forever.
Do you know what's the thing though? C'est que par exemple people اللي واعيين كما أنا وأنتي ولا par exemple people who are listening to the podcast ولا بالهم باللي what are the dangers of COVID-19 وباللي لو كانوا اللي our normal life باللي لازم نديروا قوانين التباعد الاجتماعي and we have to be careful وكلش. بصح le truc c'est que we are like a minority في الجزائر parce que la majorité des people في الجزائر they are not aware of شنو هذا COVID-19 and the danger malheureusement. So I don't know if I'm against هذا confinement. I'm definitely against the fact that they force people to close their business, surtout small businesses. However, I don't know if like I'm against it totally or not, but I just want to say I just want you to remember بلي ماشي everyone is like us وبلي par exemple حنا capable we get sick because of people they don't take it seriously malheureusement.
Yeah, I do agree. But a girl can dream, can't she?
True.
المهم, our next point is conferences and seminars, which is déjà حكيت my part in it. So you go ahead and talk about what conferences you've been to, like you know of.
Okay, so same thing with conferences and so it's the same thing with conferences and seminars. I've been to a conference. I've been to 2 or 3 trial conferences تاع MUN. They weren't international. قلت لك I was accepted to take part in a conference هذا السنة بس ما صلحتش لا غالب. However, people that are interested in conferences and seminars, I just want to let you know there can two types of conferences or seminars or summits that you can attend. So conferences that are related to your major or for example to your profession or conferences that تروح باش you gain knowledge for your profession or باش you demonstrate the knowledge that you have في هذيك الميجر اللي راك تقرا في حياتك. ولا conferences that are related to activism, to world peace, to human rights كما the one I was gonna take part in. So because that point out your interests will enter your goals from attending this conference. But then again, conferences are mostly open for internationals. So ما كانش conference. Most conferences ما يحطلكش restrictions على which people from which countries have to attend this specific conference as long as عندك CV مليح ولا عندك a good background related to what the conference is gonna discuss. For example, I want to attend the conference تهضر على I don't know على data analysis ولا تهضر على business marketing ولا how economics got affected في COVID-19 ولا I want to attend the conference في world peace ولا human rights ولا you name it. So usually هادو الconferences تاع activism youth engagement ما كاش restrictions. انت برك كفرد لازمك تخدم على روحك وتبني a good CV وتكون active في your community, and then when you apply hopefully they will accept you. However, bien sûr conferences they are related to your major, you have to be part of that major. ماشي par exemple تقرا médecine ولا باش تقرا pharmacy and then you want to go attend a conference that talks about I don't know الانجينيورا or something like that. So same thing with conferences. Usually كنا راح نشوف الويب سايت اللي كنا راح نشوفهم كاين مرجع وفرصة وسكولرشيبس كورونا. These three websites honestly they save my life. Whenever نحب نحوس على opportunities ولا I go check them. You check the conference topic, you check the country, you check the fees then of course because you have to pay fees. You check the eligibility criteria and you apply. And conferences are a really amazing opportunity to network. تلاقى بزاف people, businessmen, activists, bloggers, doctors, you name it people اللي تحب تلاقاه في conference عليك وعلى شطارتك. So they are a really nice opportunity for you to network with people, with internationals, and also to demonstrate yourself and pitch yourself out there وجرب تبني أجندة لروحك. That's what I have to say about conferences so far.
Then with the conferences, seminars, summer schools, you name it, internships, anything you want to apply for, لازمك تسقسي روحك. Why am I applying? What's in it for me? وش حاب نتعلم من this? شغل لازمك تسطر وش هي أهدافك وش هي الحوايج اللي راح تستفاد منها وش هي الحوايج اللي راح تخرج بيها من هذا الإيفنت هذا. So ما تعودش هكا تايه just applying for applying. أعرف وش راك حاب تخرج من هذه التجربة and then من هذاك الهدف you go on and search for events اللي يقدروا يقدموا لك هذا الشيء.
شو surtout في وقتنا especially هاد opportunities اللي يجوا fully funded, exchange programs, scholarships, whatever it is يجوا fully funded. Do you really think هاد government ولا هاد الحكومة it's fully funding you pour tes beaux yeux parce que t'es شباب? No, of course there are like political reasons behind it. There are like the strategy راهم حابين يوصلوا لهم باسكو surtout que هاد البروغرامز يستهدفوا غير people اللي let's say people اللي عندهم في المخ as we say هنا في الجزائر, so people اللي على بالهم what they are doing in life. So they're not gonna just take you in a vacation هكذا to learn and expect nothing back. Of course they want to influence you, of course they want to integrate you في الculture ديالهم في التقاليد تاعهم وفي their society وفي economy whatever it is. باش انت you get influenced. a lot of people نعرفهم بعد لا راحوا. So I know a girl راحت exchange program في USA. après كي ولات قالت لي my mother country is America. She's Algerian. قالت لي my mother country is America. شفت هذا الانفلونس اللي يقدر يلحق الدرجة when you neglect your freaking country. تقول my mother country is America. I want to live in America forever. And this is في صالحهم بس ربحوا من جهة ربحوا مخ في السوسيتي تاعهم which is gonna contribute بزاف في development تاع السوسيتي. والجزائر bien sûr we lost another brain that could have helps the country. So كما قلتي self-awareness ولا self-assessment before applying to anything is really important. لازم تقعد مع روحك وتقول okay I want to apply for this program. Why do I want to apply for it? What skills do I need to acquire? What skills do I need to improve to apply for it? What do I want to do after the end of the program? What do I want to not do after the end of the program? You have to sit with yourself and reflect on واش تعلمت واش ما تعلمت واش راك حاب. What's your next step في الحياة, and what's the next event you want to take part of, وكيفاش it's going to affect you سواء personally سواء professionally سواء مع your surroundings, you name it.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize the point that being influenced. Yes, there is a political agenda to influence the youth وكلش from all these programs, not just American programs. Any program راح تكون كان عنده أهداف سياسية إنه يجبد الجيل الجديد لجانب معين من أيديولوجية معينة, and this is not necessarily a bad thing. Just inside you have to be careful وش من ideology تميل ليها انت, وش من ideology you find logical and you align yourself with. For example, I am more into Western ideologies. أنا نقول بلي I am westernized بس by choice. I chose this because أنا نحب نامن with liberty, with individualism, you name it. I feel like the Eastern agendas, like China's, Russia, these kind of countries, ولا حتى Arab countries, are like collective society. When even if I go in an exchange program in these countries, I know بلي like their agenda ما هيش راح تأثر فيا ياسر because I already chose my side. I am all for من ناحية سياسية. I would align myself with libertarians. This is it. and I know where I stand, and على بالي باللي this is not the case for a lot of young people. مازال ما حدوش هويتهم السياسية ولا هويتهم الأيديولوجية. donc الريح اللي تجي تديهم. This is it. So you have to be شوية careful with this.
Exactly, I definitely agree. Surtout que كما قلت لك surtout exchange programs اللي يديوك just شهر زعما you get a sneak peek of how they live ومن بعد you're like تنمو you have just seen it for a month كما يقولوا تنبهر. You're like wow, are they really living joy? They just show you the good sides وانت you're only 15 16 كما قلتي your identity مازالت ما معبكش بها منبا. So you get influenced. So it's really important تعرف وين راك كما قلتي انتيا تعرف الإيديولوجية تاعك وعبالك what are the causes that you support, what are the causes that you don't support, so that تروحي للبلاد you take what you need and you leave what you don't need. باسكو كي تروحي a lot of things are going to be thrown at you, new ideologies, new ideas. You're going to have a lot of debates, so you have to be really 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 smart when it comes to this.
Yeah, and the other thing around is also correct. Just because راح تروح البلد اللي doesn't align with your ideology مش معناتها تغلق راسك completely. You can still learn from someone who is like your opponent ولا completely معاكس ليك. كما قال لي a friend of mine, ادي من كل بستان زهرة. There is always something you can learn from someone else.
Definitely, I like the saying هذه ساعدي من كل بستان زهرة, because whenever you go تلقى حاجة تستلمها. Even if you go to a country اللي تكره its culture تكره ما باليش every cause is what, there must be something اللي you like ولا there must be something اللي تديها to your benefit. وهذه العقلية واحد رأس مالي. Let me just say this.
Exactly.
Whenever there's an opportunity, seize it, take it, don't let it go.
Yeah, and by the way, do you in business school study economic theories?
Yes, I did take 2 econ courses هذا العام, and because I'm in an American university, I study the economical system economics, generally economics the USA. So I would say our program is built obviously to support capitalism, and guess what? Yes, I am a capitalist.
Of course you are. You are a good daughter of mine. So yeah شغل خرجنا شوية على the plan بس it was good, it was let's say beneficial. So نرجع to summer schools. Personally I think summer schools would give you would be more beneficial for someone who lives like in Europe or in the States أكثر من واحد اللي في الجزائر, because you know هما their summer school when you take a course in your field you get credits for it. تقدر تنقص هذاك الكورس من سمستر كامل, like you would get to do your degree in 2 years instead ولا 2 years and a half instead of 3 years. صح هذا شيء unfortunately does not work in Algeria. تدي كورس يقول لك احنا ما نستعرفوش به.
Yeah, definitely. دوكا summer schools you can go to a summer school كما قلتي باش تدي courses for your field ولا باش تدي credits ولا you can go for the cultural exchange. احنا دوكا في الجزائر كما قلتي you can go to a summer school, you take the course وما يستعرفوش به هنا. However إذا كان you're interested in summer schools, I'd say be interested in summer schools for the cultural exchange or for the cultural experience. déjà que most summer schools يجيبوا students from all around the world باش they integrate them ولا باش they introduce them to the culture تاع هذيك البلاد. par exemple كاين summer schools I have a friend that had summer school in Romania, كاين summer schools in Turkey, كاين summer schools in Philippines. So toujours يجيبوا students from all around the world. Usually it's for like 2 weeks يجيبوا internationals وتلاقوا في هذيك البلاد اللي ما تربطكم بها والو, ومن بعد they introduce you to la culture تاع هذيك البلاد. كاين summer schools تاع science, كاين summer schools تاع la gastronomie تاع البلاد هذيك, summer schools تاع literature تاع cinema, you name it. So يجيبوكم تحت a theme, so تروحوا من جهة tourism البلاد and you get to know each other وتعرف البلاد و you mix with locals with internationals, ومن جهة أخرى they introduce you to again culture تاع البلاد هذيك على حسب الثيم اللي رحت فيه انت. par exemple كاين students اللي يروحوا for the theme of cinema, so يروحوا البلاد هذيك من جهة راهم going as tourists ومن جهة أخرى they prepare plays, they يروحوا to theaters, they يروحوا يتفرجوا par exemple pieces of theater في هذيك البلاد. Some schools I would say pour genre en tant qu'Algérien, if you want to go and not waste your time, of course you're not gonna waste your time even if you take the courses, but at the end of the day ما راح يديروا لك والو في your educational level. So if you want to go and genre take a breeze of air وتتنفس شوية and be refreshed, تتلاقى مع people and you network و you organize events على something you're passionate about ولا البلاد هذيك تحبها وتحب التاريخ تاعها وحب التاريخ أكتر, I would say going for cultural exchange summer schools would be a really nice experience. Mostly they are 2 weeks long, so خفيفة ما راح تطول في البلاد هذيك. It's gonna be quick, you're gonna get introduced to so many stuff at the same time. Mostly يجوا fully funded. Bien sûr they don't fully fund everyone, but again if you have a strong profile, if you have a strong CV, if you have a strong reason علاش they should fund you, mostly it's fully funded. So some schools حاجة اللي ديرها هكذا just to enjoy yourself. pour moi. Alors que pour students of course in Europe they would go to summer schools or some universities to gain credits and more, to gain credits more than to get introduced to the culture or something. alors que احنا comme des Algériens احنا جست باش نتعرفوا على هذيك البلاد, باش نتعرفوا على الثقافه تاعها, باش نتعرفوا على الناس اللي يعيشوا فيها كيفاش يخمموا كيفاش يعيشوا, and to gain your ideologies. So this is mainly why I would advise you to go for a summer school if you want a cultural experience.
Yeah, and I want to emphasize the point if you want to be fully funded لازم تدير your research and look for the summer school اللي حابة تروح لها ولا you want to be funded in as early as possible. I would say even if December January تاع السمر اللي راح تروح فيه انت قلت راح تروح في July or something, start doing your research November December قبل هذاك الآخر, because profiling and processing the applications takes too much time. They do their deadline usually, let's say February max. If you go beyond that you probably lost the funding opportunity.
Yeah, definitely. كما قلتي selection process, it takes so much time. With the earlier you are, the better. Because déjà they will consider your application before other people's applications. Or at the same time, they say tu évites هاد المواقف المحرجة تاع يجوز عليك deadline وبعد you start begging for the funding ولا you start. So doing your research هذاك هو. نوفمبر ديسمبر جانفي فيفري at max. I would say فيفري at max تكون بعت لهم your application وتكون بعت لهم funding request. Because mostly هاد السummer schools يقولوا لك اسكو you were accepted or not. جوية دوكا ça dépend les programmes. صح جوية افريل ماي ماكسيموم جوان تكون عباك اسكو رايحوا لنا. سو كيما قلتي جوية ديسمبر اكتوبر نوفمبر ديسمبر جانفي فيفري هذاك هو المومون اللي صح. if you want to apply for anything في summer go for it. هذاك هو the best moment to do it.
Yeah, and you should like go to the university اللي حابة تدير your summer school and just check their websites. Probably they will list all the funding opportunities اللي راح نحطوا فيهم. Do your research, don't be lazy ass. This chance ما هيش راح تجي تمشي ليك. You have to go for it. انت اللي تروح تهوس عليها. This was my point.
Exactly.
Yeah, in summer schools. Now moving on to trainings. Trainings are like course مكثف, let's say that, اللي يكون عادة في in person بس كاين online training of course اللي يكون by NGOs, organizations. I personally took a training in, let's say, إسعافات الأولية. This is the only training I've ever took in Algeria. The rest of my trainings were all online. How about you? What experience did you have in this?
Okay, so I would say most, صح قلت لكم باللي to volunteer you don't need to live in Algiers. صح honestly, to be honest with you, most good trainings اللي كاين في الجزائر كاين في Alger. I'm not going to neglect this. Most NGOs or most interesting clubs they offer like effective trainings يعطيوك certificates at the end تلقاهم في Algiers. هذه if you want to their training in person. Sometimes هاد NGOs يديروا expansion يقولوا par exemple هاد السمر راح نديروا training في par exemple I was part of the Algerian Youth Voices training. هاد training it was about making how to create podcasts and how to post them, les logiciels اللي تستعملهم, how to edit your podcast, how to align your podcast, storytelling through podcasts, you name it. جو داروا الexception وجو الجيجل وهران Algiers sorry, and 2 or 3 other ولايات وقيلا بالشار. I don't really remember. So I would say if you're interested in trainings زعما ولا trainings in a specific field, the best thing you can do زعما في الجزائر for the moment is go follow هادوك pages تاع NGOs like clubs ولا initiatives ولا startups اللي يديروا trainings on social media. باسكو surtout right now with the COVID-19 كاين بزاف trainings that are offered online, so I would advise you to take advantage of it. كاين بزاف Instagram pages اللي يديروا كما قلتي تدريب مكثف سواء to learn a specific language or to learn a specific skill. I think كاين Instagram page called AE meeting وبعدها كاين club اسمه Paths Club for Public Speaking. كاين many honestly كاين بزاف initiatives online هنا في الجزائر which is something I like. I noticed باللي عادو كاين بزاف people اللي يديروا startups online و they want to deliver something for the people, so take advantage of that and go follow هادوك pages. So par exemple كي تفتح your feed, the first thing يجوك events اللي كاين واش من trainings كاين واش من meetings واش من conferences كاين online. For the moment I would say for people اللي ما يقدروش يديبلاساو ويروحوا لألجي ولا يروحوا للولاية الكبار هادو اللي كيديروا فيهم trainings, try to focus على online trainings. إذا كان حاب تتعلم كاش skill ولا حاب تتعلم كاش language ولا حاب تتعلم whatever it is, go for online trainings. بعد once you can just تديبلاسا وتروح لألجيس for example. I would say نخرط في كاين world learning في ألجيس, كاين تقدر نخرط في ACCA the American Cultural Center في Algeria في ألجيس sorry. كاين بزاف لي association, كاين بزاف لي club اللي يديروا leader trainings. So for trainings, honestly, that's what I have to say. ما قدرش نقول باللي they are something famous في الجزائر اللي they do face à face. بصح online it's really rich. في الجزائر عندنا بزاف trainings online واحد ما يكذب عليك. You just have to know your resources. تعرف واش من كلو بتسويفي، تعرف واش من train حاب دير، و just stay up to date. كاين par exemple some clubs ولا associations I signed up for their website lately ومن بعد يعطيوك a newsletter زعما كيما يكون عندهم a new event ولا يكون عندهم a new meeting يبعثوا لك an email ويقولوا لك فوالا هاو الايفنت راح نديروه الوقت هذاك. This is where you sign up ولا this is where you get your online ticket. Go get that online ticket. You need that online ticket and you will definitely not regret it. Surtout, I would advise you to go for trainings اللي يعطيوك a certificate after you finish the training. إلا كان you want to add it to your CV ولا you want to add it to your agenda ولا to your experience or to your portfolio, go for trainings اللي they offer you certificates at the end of the training. هكذا it's a proof باللي you took that training وباللي على بالك باللي you know what's the concept وباللي you passed the training. Yeah, this is what I have to say.
And I know I said I only did سميوه لي الإسعافات الأولية بصح فكرت بلي درت another training and I'm just going to give an honest feedback on it. It was with a local club called بسكرة تقرأ, and they did like this 3-month camp when they train you on various fields. And I chose video editing, I chose ولا غنسيت زوج حوايج. المهم you get to choose 3 things. I was so excited for it. I was like, finally something in بسكرة. And the moment I went, I knew so many things. I knew more on the topic than the instructor did. Because I took so many online trainings, so many online courses. So this is my موقفي من trainings in Algeria. إذا تتبع الكفار as much as I do, أنا like عايشة في كورسيرا, عايشة في edX. I read so many for dummies books. I learned had the trainings they're offering. I learned them from الكفار. I think you would be disappointed, honestly. But if you're new to the field, إذا جامي قريس, if you are not an anglophone كيما أنا, إذا you don't get access to these courses, these international courses, I would advise you to go. But if you are like someone who learned from worldwide recognized professionals, I would say you would be disappointed. So don't get your hopes up وبعد تجي تسبونا حنايا لهنا. Okay, know what you're signing up for. هذا هو العالم الثالث. Deal with it.
Exactly, preach. I couldn't have said it better.
So زيدي وش بقالنا. Yeah, scholarships. By the way, guys, بعد me and Yasmine will do a list of all the websites or sources اللي رانا نحكيو عليهم in this podcast. So I will leave them in the description box. So don't you worry, we got you covered. Yeah, go on with scholarships.
Of course. So scholarships. Déjà being a scholarship student myself, I would tell you it's one of the greatest things that you can opt for في حياتك. إلا كان you want to boost up your education or you want to gain a degree. We both know, let's not lie to each other. Educational system في Algeria خصوه بزاف حوايج. And a degree from Algeria, I'm not saying universities كامل the degrees ما يعترفوش بهم في الخارج. For example, let's say l'école polytech, ليزي, some degrees صح يستعرفوا بهم بصح mostly في Europe, because احنا نقراو in French in Algeria, which is I don't know علاش مازلنا نقراو in French. Honestly, normally can they switch the educational system to English a long time ago. But however, if you're somebody interested in pursuing your studies outside of Algeria سواء you're an undergraduate ما راح تجوز الباك حاب تروح تدير bachelor's degree abroad ولا عندك bachelor's degree عندك ليسانس وحاب تدير masters abroad ولا حاب تدير PhD. Now I don't know much about PhD بس على بالي كان بزاف scholarship opportunities for undergraduates and for masters كاين the one I'm part of MPTL program for undergraduates كاين تاني the Turkish government كل عام they offer a scholarship for Algerian students اللي حابين يروحوا يديروا the bachelor's degree in Turkey. كاين for masters كاين Civic in the UK كاين Fulbright in the US كاين MPTLG the same scholarship I'm in بس for graduate students. كاين Erasmus Mundus masters in Europe كاين many opportunities so ما تغلقوش على رواحكم. What I would advise you when it comes to scholarships c'est que you focus on your grades so your GPA genre ما باش كش يقولوا GPA لا موين أيوة you have to focus على موين تاعك في your high school ولا في your university باسكو إذا كنت تقرأ في high school كما أنا I was studying في high school حبيت ندير my bachelor's في الخارج they asked me for my transcripts ملي كنت نقرأ في البرامج. See, they really care about your المسار الدراسي تاعك and how serious of a student you are because they are going to fund you, they're going to invest in you. They're not going to invest their money in a student اللي ما روش سمع بقرايته منبع. Also, most هاد البروجرامز هاد البروجرامز كامل اللي مصباح احنا نهضروا عليهم اللي بدا البودكاست they focus بزاف على السيفيك engagement يعني هم فرد من المجتمع اللي يكون اكتيف في المجتمع المدني واحد اللي he attends events he does trainings يقرأ هذه ينظم هذه so لكن حب صح يقبلوك in a scholarship I would advise you two things. One thing سيكو تركز على المسار الدراسي تاعك ولا like your GPA لا موين تاعك and the other thing is to en même temps تكون active في المجتمع المدني تاعك وتكون عندك un profil في بزاف الactivities say رحت لا conférence الفلانية say you organize هاد events say you did health training في هاد الفيلد say ما باليش you volunteered في charity ولا رحت قريت أنجلي ولا رحت قريت ما باليش ولا رحت عاونت في كاش campaign medical campaign تبرع بالدم. Anything that has to do with المجتمع المدني is a plus for you. So if you want to apply for a scholarship, it's easy. The first thing you do is so for example say you want to study في كندا ولا حاب تقرأ في الترك ولا حاب تقرأ wherever it is تروح تكتب scholarships fully funded scholarships to study in blah blah الكونتري الفلاني يخرجوا لك a list. You choose the university اللي عجبتك تشوف اسكو it's fully funded or not وبعدها إذا كان عندهم online application apply online if not بعت لهم an email قول لهم voilà my name is هاوليك my email this is my CV this is my CV this is how you can contact me اسكو نقدر نابليكي for a scholarship تماك. Now if you have a specific university في راسك شغل عبايش نحب نقرأ في اليونيفرسيتي الفلانية في البلاد الفلاني it's easy you just type the name of the university في جوجل تدخل official website تاع university إلا كان ما لقيتش a section في هذاك official website تاعهم واسمه scholarships ولا scholarships ولا ما باليش scholarships so إلا كان ما لقيتش a section فيها scholarships وبلي the university offers scholarships don't say that university doesn't offer scholarship. Send them an email, a professional email. قل لهم this is my hi to whom it may concern. My name is أنا الفلاني. I'm a student at أحب تسقسي. I want to get informed على university how to enroll في the university. Ask do you offer scholarships and if you offer scholarships وش لازمني نعطيلكم as information باش to apply for a scholarship and so on and so forth. سينو you can just look for the scholarships available scholarships كاين واحد الويبسايت اسمه opportunities for Africans I think opportunitiesforafricans.com يحطوا تما the available scholarships for Africans اللي كاين you visit الآخر the website you check the scholarship اللي عجبتك you check the application form you apply online عندك essays تكتبهم sometimes you have to pass ماشي sometimes honestly most of the time تحب تقرأ abroad لازمك تعدي an English assessment test كما TOEFL كما IELTS كما SATs depends really depends ما عندناش SATs في الجزائر So it depends on the scholarship requirement. ومن بعد يجوز عليك application process, which choose interview, choose English assessment test. It's a long process, but at the end it's worth it, especially if you really want it. I just want you to know بلي a lot of people يحبوا يابليكيو لهاد لي تريك وتبان لهم it's a lot of work, but it's if you really want it ولا كان حاب صح تقرأ abroad, you have to go for it. ما حش تجيك it's not gonna ما حش يجيبوا لك ما حش تخلق ما خلقناش بملعقة فضية للفوامينة literally. إذا كان حاب حاجة go work for it. يا ودي أخدم حوس أقرأ اكتب اتعلم. Don't depend on people and don't depend on society ولا don't depend on the government ولا on your family ولا on anyone. إذا كان حاب دير حاجة go for it by yourself. Do your research by yourself. Ask for help from professionals. Never blame it on the circumstances. ولا تقول أنا حبيت نخرج ولا أنا حبيت نقرأ abroad وما صحتليش. No, ماشي ما صحتليش أنت. You didn't work hard for it. I just wanted to say this for people اللي بس بزاف يجوني people يقولوا لي ما بيش. I don't know if it's a thing with Algerians or not. بس mostly يجوا عندي يقولوا لي hey أنتي you're part of the scholarship. قولي لنا كيفاش أبليكيتي وش درتي وش ندير هذه صح. Yes, okay, I will gladly help you. ما عندي أوكان problem. بس مش تسقسيني every single detail. You're supposed to do some effort from your part. تاني ما حش like كيفاش راك عازم يقبلوك in a scholarship alors كنت a simple research ولا a simple بحث صغير sur Google ما قدرتش ديره وحدك. I just wanted to let people know بلي هاد programs they don't take anybody وبلي you have to be dependent on yourself وبلي you have to be serious and hardworking. So again, depend on yourself. Nothing else.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. You know, there is this old school capitalist quote that I love and live by. اتركه يعمل اتركه يمر. Meaning, if you're not working, you're not getting anywhere. You have لازم ترمي روحك على the chances. Like عيش لهم في حياتهم. Like go to this school اللي حاب تقرأ فيها and email them. Like, email them every single day حتى يكرهوا من جدك and they give you your fucking response. بين اللصقة is good in career wise. مش in like other things like in relationship. Don't do that. That's creepy. Creepy as fuck.
I don't know if you have seen the series You, but if you want something, if you want a scholarship, stalk it like Joe stalks every girl he falls in love with. Literally genre مانيش نزيد فيها or something. كما قلتي استقلهم في الروضة انسيستي عليهم because bien sûr ما حنش يدوها sometimes ما يدوهاش في الديبيو some prestigious universities ما حنش يدوها فيك بس كي تلصقهم في الروضة وتقول لهم بلي you really want that go for it وما كاينش حاجة اسمها dignity ولا whatever it is. What do you mean dignity when it comes to work? أنا if I want to work in a company I swear I'd beg the fucking CEO باش يخليني نخدم في هذيك الكومباني because I want it ماشي because نسحق مزيت because I want it. Okay, I want it, so I'm doing anything to get it.
Yes, I do. I absolutely agree. And I would even accept working for free if it was like something I really want to really want to gain experience in. ما عنديش مشكلة to be a fucking volunteer إذا كانت راح تعطيني الخبرة اللازمة to succeed in this field.
Talking about volunteering, something interesting about volunteering because sometimes the volunteering opportunities you go and take part in them can turn into a job opportunity for you. Say you work with an association with an NGO or you volunteer at a specific company and يقولك بلي you're persistent وبلي ديما you're serious in your work وبلي صح you do even if it's for free you're doing it genre من قلبك. Of course, if the CEO of that company ولا responsible تاع ديك NGO ولا whoever it is notices you ويشوف بلي عندك qualifications اللي يقدر يشوفها في his environment ولا في his employees, of course راح يعرض عليك a job. You just have to be smart about it and you have to know كيفاش how to display your abilities and how to show people بلي you're capable بلي عندك qualifications وبلي adding you to their workplace ولا adding you to be a part of their team is a plus for you and for them too.
Yes, I absolutely agree. And once again, I am really inspired that you know this at the age of 18. I think my listeners should really look up to you. And I truly believe you're going very far in life.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna cry. That was so sweet. Thank you so much.
Hello, are you there?
I am here. Can you hear me? Yes, and I wanted to say thank you so much. Mama, honestly, you inspire me. I love how this podcast is inspiring. The fact that like a day podcast and you're delivering it to millions of Algerians listening about topics that really interest us is beyond. I love it. I've always wanted to start my own podcast, but I didn't have the time. I didn't have the resources. So the fact that you're doing it, it's amazing. Thank you so much.
كأنك تحمستي شوية قلتي مليونز كأنك تحمستي عليها.
I mean, a girl can dream. You said this.
Yeah, don't use that against me. But I will get in there one day. One day I will have 1 million listeners. وندير لكم كيما واسمه my favorite YouTuber PewDiePie. لكم the brofiest. المهم مش موضوعنا. نرجع وين وصلنا؟ يس لحقنا ال internships. Personally أنا recently I had an experience with the WHO اللي هي World Health Organization. Like عام فات I wanted to do an internship with them. It's offered to anyone in their website. genre مش لازم ما تكون in the medical field. تقدر you do an internship with them in administration, in economics. They need people يديروا l'informatique في البيرو تاعهم. They need people to run things. genre you don't really have to be in the medical field, and this applies to other organizations as well. genre you know United Nations, UNESCO. ماشي لازم تعود in the field تاع هذيك l'organisation to do an internship with them or something. genre keep this in mind كي تروح تحوس على an opportunity قادر تلقاها في بلاصة ما كنتش متوقعها أصلا. so حكايتي معاها أنايا كي جيت عام اللي فات I apply لقيتهم دايرين condition باللي لازمك internship تاعك تكون 6 months. There is no way for a student like me to إنه يدير a 6-month internship. That's راح تتعارض مع the school year. I can't do that. هما you have to travel for it. لازمك تروح to Switzerland ولا تروح to another headquarter كما Denmark ولا ما على باليش أنا in Asia. You choose where you want to do your internship. So I let it go, and this was my mistake. نسيتها ونحيتها من راسي. قولي واحد a month ago عودت على الزهر. I've been spending a lot of time in their website due to COVID-19. أنا دخلت to internships نلقاهم بدلوا in the terms. دوك عادي يقول لك باللي يا خويا كان حاب ندير internship عندنا لازم يعود a minimum تاع 6 weeks and a maximum تاع ما تقدر تتخيل من 6 سمانات ل3 شهور. and I think I missed a huge chance قبل الكوفيد. كنت قادرة I apply for this and go for it and just do like 6 weeks ولا شهرين ونجي مروحة, but I didn't. and دركا they stopped the application خاطرش no one can travel in COVID. بصح I applied anyway because هما قال لك once the travel restriction يروحوا يهبطوا we will get back to the people who would want to do an internship. So my point is just because at a certain time a certain organization ما تصدقش مش معناتها راح تبقى ديما ما تصدقش. This was my mistake. Learn from it.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really glad باللي بدلوا restrictions or regulations to the internship. I'm really super happy for you. I hope you get accepted. As for internships كما قلت انت when you applied قال لك لازم 3 months I guess. دوكا نتايا if you, as a student ولا as a person حابة دير internship in a specific field لازمك you have to كما قلنا كنا نهضروا على قبيل self awareness ولا self assessment. قاد مع روحك and you start questioning yourself. Why do I want to do this internship? How long will I be available for this internship? What skills do I want to acquire or to learn from this internship? What skills do I need for this internship? Mostly إحنا university students internships اللي يساعدونا سواء internship that lasts around a month سواء في winter vacation ولا summer vacation ولا internships اللي you can do them remotely يعني you can do them from your laptop ولا your PC. So if you're a student at university like if you're a full-time student وتقرأ في university and you want to do an internship, you can either contact a specific NGO or company or organization that you want to do the internship in وتقول لهم voilà I am a student, I will be available for this, I would like to opt to do an internship عندكم. You don't have to be paid, honestly. You don't even have to be paid to do an internship because most students يقول لك I can't do an internship if I don't get paid for it. Okay, and it's up to them. I'm not against it. If you want to get paid for an internship, go for it. But for you as a student to do an internship, I don't see a big huge requirement on getting paid to do an internship. Surtout que like you are requiring experience حاجة اللي تزيدها في السيفي ديالك. So these are the facts that يخليوك تخدم معاهم for a short period of time is enough. So كما قلتي internships سواء انت تحوس عليهم وحدك on the website ولا تلقاهم they offer them online ولا هاد global organizations WHO, UNESCO, UNICEF, any organization you think of, تدخل their website وتشوف the internship opportunities. سواء your university administration يبعتوا لكم كما أنا for example my university they put internship opportunities every month. يقولون كاين هذا job opportunities هذا internship opportunities. I don't think every university does it, but nevertheless toujours go to the administration to university and ask them. normalement كاين a center اللي specified في هاد لي truc career management and internships and stuff like that, and ask them, can you supply me with the resources needed so that I can apply for a specific internship. If it doesn't work, again you just have to email the organization, the company, the NGO, wherever you want to work. وقول لهم I am a student, I am available for a duration of a month or a month and a half. I would like to opt for an internship at your organization. Please let me know if there are spots available. Of course, send them your CV and send them a cover letter, and hopefully they will get back at you. Some companies they post internship opportunities on their official website. يقول لك we have one spot for the company needs an intern or two to do the specific task, to assist with this and that. So please leave your CV and leave your cover letter. Which brings us to the point of a CV. You have to have a CV. You must have a CV. As a student in university, لازم يكون عندك CV. واحد ما يستعرف بيك تكون a student في university ما عندكش ما CV حط فيه at least your most basic skills and experiences, because ما تكون راح تروح بلا CV. ما تقدر تابليكي الانترنشيبس، ما تقدر تابليكي الاكسشينج programs, ni scholarships, ni jobs, nothing. So if you still don't have a CV or a university student, أقعد مع روحك كاش نهار شوف the CV format اللي تساعدك, the general CV format, and start filling it in with your past experiences and with your qualifications. هكذا باش مرة خلاف when you want to apply for something, the process would be much easier. وليو تكتب لهم a letter فيها 50,000 سطر على qualifications تاعك وش درت في حياتك و experiences, so easy. Just تهز هذاك الفيشي تاع your CV and send it in an email. It makes it easier for you and for the person you're talking to.
Yes, حكيتي كلش ما خليتي لي حتى حاجة نحكيها, to be honest. And yeah, do you have anything else to add?
Do I have anything else to add? I just want to say باللي civic engagement في بلادنا ناقص بزاف. And lately صح there has been a rise in civic engagement في الجزائر, and I feel like شفتوا في المرحلة هذه اللي رانا نجوزوا بها هنايا في الجزائر نحتاجوا people لا youth اللي ينخرطوا في المجتمع المدني واللي they take part في المجتمع المدني, ولازم نبنيو نخبة, because you can قعدوا هكذا ما عندنا والو, ما عندناش for example people اللي they represent us, people اللي يهضروا في بلاصتنا, we're not going anywhere. So if you are somebody who's aged between 18 jusqu'à 25 jusqu'à 30, you name it, وحس روحك you need to do something في البلاد هذه, go for it. You can volunteer, you can opt for scholarships, you can go for conferences, you can participate in trainings, you can do internships. وبعد هذا knowledge اللي استعلمها في هذه experiences جيبهم لبلادك and implement them في بلادك. This is what I would say. So yeah, that's all I have to
Yeah,
say.
and I also want to emphasize the point that you can use social media as your activism platform as well. That's what I'm doing because قلت لك ديجا بلي I was disappointed in everything around me and in everything concerning civic engagement around me, because ما يتوافقش مع نظرتي للحياة and even the skills and training offered. I already know most of them. So maybe one day when the political كيفاش يقولوا الجو السياسي يهدى شوية, maybe I will start an association or an organization and it will blow up, I promise you. But until then, my civic engagement would still be through social media and abroad. This is my point. This is my view. It's not like I want people. I don't want them to feel bad if they don't volunteer locally or they don't engage in school clubs or I don't want them to feel bad for not doing that, because maybe مش غير maybe most probably they're shitty وماكش راح تستفاد منهم بزاف. بصح if you do find something worthy, something اللي يزيد فيك, let's say that, I absolutely encourage you to take part in it. And always remember that ماكش مجبر انك تدير هذا الشيء, and don't feel bad اذا شفت عبد اخر more engaged than you are. Okay, so let's wrap this up because I think we really فتنا ساعة في الهضرة, like هدرنا ياسر. So thank you so much, Yasmine, for being here. I really enjoyed talking to you. You're so much fun, you're smart, you're cute, and everyone, you should follow her. I will obviously leave her Instagram when I share this. You will learn a lot from her. And yeah, كش محبة تزوزي قولي.
Thank you so much for having me, you talented, beautiful, intellectual woman. It was really fun talking to you, honestly. Thank you again for having me and for delivering this message to everyone listening to this podcast. And yeah.
Good night.
Good night. Take care of yourself. انتي يا زادة.